The end is nigh. I think this is the last mission. It very seems like it's the last mission. We have done everything. Our wall of memories is complete. Kind of weird that we only have the rock on the shelf. Why don't we have anything else on the shelf? I have no idea. Whatever. It seems like a waste of a really good shelf. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else we would do here. Everything's done. All the missions are done. We have, of course, those like little like monolith statue, whatever things, which are the icons like things. I don't know what those give, which to be honest, I don't know if I want to even do those. It seems like a pain in the ass.
Hundreds of leagues away.
I am more leveled now. I probably could use the items to do it, but like I don't know. Maybe. I don't know how fast this origin is, so let's see.
Not sure you do this time. Oh, and while you're at it, Clive, if you see me dad up there, tell him we were right to leave his legacy with you.
Wait, what? Wait, were we supposed to think it's heaven or like an afterlife?
He'll be in the front row. There's no way he'd miss this. Well, behave yourself, Mitt.
We'll see.
Wait, is this a suicide mission? I'm kind of confused. He's not a fan of girls touching him.
So, you're in charge now, Gav.
And what does Taya have to say about that? Come back before she finds out, eh?
Thank you, Yote. I'm sorry.
Your Grace, I shall pray for your safe return.
That's kind of you. But you should pray he took his medicine. I didn't spend all night grinding herbs for his lordship to leave them on his nightstand. Again.
You needn't fear, Lady Taya. And thank you.
See that your brother comes back in one piece. Or, at most, two. Any more and you can heal him yourself.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, there's nothing to say that hasn't already been said.
Is he drunk?
That's never stopped me before.
No.
So just you do what needs doing. And don't worry about us.
We'll do our best, Uncle.
That we will.
If that is all?
Not quite. Jill.
It's time, isn't it?
She's pregnant.
It is. Take care of him. And you. too, boy.
Wait, is Torgal not coming with us? What?
Don't forget, Clive. We all choose our own path. Believe in yours. I do.
I'll be back. I promise. I love you, Jill.
I know. I love you too.
Oh.
Hello, ladies.
Well, technically, she's like, she grew up as your sister, right? This. Technically, I guess she's not your sister, but.
Now, we have a god to kill.
Clive!
Oh, what about Dion though? So Dion, they should be they should be scared about Dion, right? Like Dion might have just gave his life up. Like there might be no return for Dion, right? Also, this is very Game of Thrones, riding a dragon. Blackaris!
Here they come. Hold on, Joshua. Already am.
They fly now? Blackaris!
So, this is Origin.
A far cry from heaven.
Where it all began, where it all begins, our ark, your architect.
There you are.
It was here that we slumbered, here that we waited for centuries, clinging to our decrepit shell, for fear that we might have need of it once again. But you have come at last. And now we shall be truly complete.
Well,
There's 3 of us, and 1 of him. Let's make it count.
It's just a
Dominance. We will show you
Icon
what
battle?
it means to suffer.
I think it'd be like a couple hours. Oh, not a couple hours, but at least an hour and a half, 2 hours. Just one battle? It might be one battle, wow. I was sorely wrong about the time of this. Ain't no way we troll Bahamut, right? Are we? I'm just like sitting there like, yeah, y'all fly. What if we all 3 combine? I mean, Dion probably wouldn't mind. You're an ass kick.
Not this time.
move aside, Phoenix! You will answer for what you've done! Ifrit! You cannot control us! Joshua! And you will not claim us! Ever!
Oh shit. just realized my camera's been on the health bar the whole time. Every time I do a fight like this. Try disaster? The fuck? It wasn't a victory, was it?
And you only surrendered, this unpleasantness could have been avoided.
Wait, does he have one wing? Got one wing? What the fuck?
We have you.
No, Dion!
Go! Save your brother! I ask not for acceptance, only forgiveness! Now, Father, it is done.
Dion with my homie. Alright, now the final dungeon crawl.
Clive! Clive! No.
Did we do it? No, brother.
Thank the Founder. Did I mention you look terrible?
That makes two of us.
Oh, I'll be alright.
And Dion. told you I'll be... Come on. Thank you. Press on. Always. I'm sorry about Dion. Don't be. Please. He did what he had to do. And it's time we did the same. Should we stop? Because of the cough. No, I think we're past that, Clive. I suppose we are. That light, so cold, so empty. We're close, aren't we? It seems that way. But I don't want to think what could be waiting for us in there. Then think instead of those waiting for us at home. Clive.
The cycle?
They can't be.
But they are.
Every Mythos before him?
This is the Nexus. A wellspring of life. Yours and ours. As we watch the world stumble slowly to its dark end, it was here we pledged a new beginning. And now, with the ether we have harvested, I shall raise my kin from their eternal slumber. That together we may usher in a new age of reason.
This was never about creation. Only self-preservation. You condemned an entire world so that you alone might escape death. Alone. Him. Alone. Clive. I think I understand. He...
They sacrificed their flesh to become beating hearts of crystal that pumped the land's lifeblood from the depths of the earth unto this very chamber. And thus would they labor still, long after their work was done, had you not set them free.
You meant for us to destroy the Mother Crystals. It's what you wanted all along.
Of course.
You have our gratitude, Mythos. In this you have served us well. You have both served us well. Welcome home, brother.
Joshua. I thought it was me, but it wasn't my grasp that grew weaker. It was theirs that grew stronger.
Joshua! No!
And now we can become one.
Clive. Don't speak. Shh. The one possessed of the destructive flames of Ifrit. And the healing flames of the Phoenix. This, I once believed, would be Ultima's true form. But I was wrong. I see it now. Why you will never become Ultima's vessel.
I don't care. Just hold on.
Listen to me, Clive. You remember the murals? People once knew that Ultima was their god. That he created them. And they worshipped him, prayed to him, looked to him for guidance.
In vain.
In vain. For he did not listen, did not acknowledge our will, and so we strayed from his path to forge one of our own. So absorbed was he in his own desires, so driven by his own will alone, that he shunned the one thing that could have made him truly powerful. Faith. The same faith people now place in you. Faith that you will fulfill their dream, Sid's dream, of creating a better world for us. Faith that you will follow in Father's footsteps and save those who need saving most. Faith that you will answer Jill's plea to save yourself. The difference is, Clive, that you chose to listen, and that is what has steeled our bonds. Bonds that helped you stand firm when Ultima's pull was at its strongest. His power may be absolute, but so is ours. And so will yours be.
Knew it.
With my light in your heart, not even a god might stop us.
Joshua! Don't do it, you'll...
Enough, Clive. My body is too far gone. If the wound does not take me, the curse will.
Look at me, Joshua. Open your eyes! Open your eyes, Damien! Why did you do this? Joshua! Joshua!
And thus does the final piece fall into place. The incantation primed, but one task remains. To empty the vessel.
Still here. With me to the end.
Even now, you would deny the inevitable.
As we always have. And always will. On this, my sword, I swear, to shield the Firebird's flame forevermore.
You know nothing of magic.
Nice try.
This is for Dion!
Countless centuries have I waited for this moment. This moment in which I might revel in my creation, only to find it profaned, and so it must be cleansed. Unexpected. How is it that your will yet endures?
Because it's not so easily broken.
But it can be broken. And I shall see it so. For such is my will.
Try it. Too slow.
Why? What latent force feeds these flames? I sense more here than mere will. Is this Logos? Have you truly become free? No, I forbid it.
Is it gonna take all of my
You are not a god.
prime?
You are but flesh and bone. You are not one of us. I created you, all of you. And what is mine is mine to destroy.
Once, perhaps. But we are no longer yours. Our flames are our own, and they burn as one!
Have you learned nothing? Damned is the slave who would turn the scourge upon his master!
I can't get close to him. I can't. How? I
am your god. If it is fire you seek, then fire you shall have. Your flames might consume mine.
What are you supposed to do? Like, oh my god! I mean, you're constantly getting pushed away from him, so you can't press the attack, it feels like, either.
Recreant.
Like, if you do fire burst, you get pushed back. Should I not be getting pushed back?
No. My will is inviolable. Something is wrong.
You're afraid. You always have been. From the moment the Blight exposed what you were, weak, you conceived us to prove otherwise. But the results shook you to the core. For in us you saw yourself, and realized we had the potential to be more than you could ever be. And so you turned your back on your creation. Your back on the world, like the coward you are.
You think you know me? You know nothing, Logos. Nothing.
That's definitely a Final Fantasy endgame boss. Guy instead of a weird symbol.
Bathed in light, I stand above you, my rebirth complete. And you, for your defiance, shall pay the proper price. An eternity of anguish.
Anguish. Pain. Suffering. You have known none of these. But we have. So we know what they grant. They bring us together. And that makes us strong.
Thunder roar! I will be done.
Nice try. Too slow. Nice try.
Oh shit!
Let the tempest rage.
Titan!
Give him hell, Clive!
You cannot have this power. It is not yours to take.
Nice try.
Alright, that's kind of a cool way to do a boss. Oh shit! I'm kind of digging this. Kamehameha!
Light undying!
Muhammad!
That's my boy! Ice on feeling!
Oh, he did snap!
Shiva!
Together!
He did the fucking snap from Final Fantasy X. I like that.
Darkness, unending.
Odin.
Onward, my son. No, mine is the altar at which you pray. Mine are the eyes that look down.
Remember it.
And yet still you cannot see. You are no better than us. We are one and the same.
We are not the same. No man might stand beside me. Not. Witness my creation. Petulant child.
Hey, limit this asshole.
When all hope is burned away, naught will remain but ash. Flames unforgiving!
With me, Phoenix. Forevermore. So sure of your place atop the world, you refuse to acknowledge those below. You chose to remain alone. And so you shunned the one thing that could have made you stronger. Pushed away the hands that could have raised you higher.
I do not need you, you or anyone.
And that is where we are different. I could not have made it souls of my brothers, my sisters. And it is they who will give me the strength to end your reign.
I cannot end.
Wait. Oh, I want to do a limit break. Shit. That's too strong.
The world you seek is but a fantasy.
The final one.
The early fantasy here is yours.
Oh.
And we shall be its final witness.
Damn.
I said... It's over!
Nine.
Tell me, what do you imagine will befall this world now that you have gained your precious freedom?
I honestly don't know. But I doubt it will be pretty. A sorry tale of sin and suffering, hardship and pain.
And it was for this that you fought so fiercely? Why?
It's who we are. We fight. We survive. We endure. We don't need a reason. We are imperfect creatures. When we stumble, we reach for a shoulder to lean on. When we fall, we stand back up. We see the horizon, ever out of reach, and still we march on. Certain the answers lie just beyond it. Because that is our way.
My congratulations. Relish this victory, knowing that you have but delayed the inevitable. Your world is already dead. May you enjoy an eternity on its blackened husk.
Joshua. I really need to do flashes of kind of whatever. Is this when he became a shield? I find the emotional part was when he was dying. This is, I don't know. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You better go save Dion too, you motherfucker. The hell?
It seems Ultima's power was too great for this vessel all along.
But while I have it, perhaps I can use it to set things right. And see Ultima's legacy. Bearers, dominance, crystals, magic, consigned to the flames. Even if it means the end of me.
Oh shit.
Can you see it too? Jill.
So is every bearer gonna turn stone because there's no more magic?
Aren't you the most beautiful thing?
He is, isn't he? What are you gonna call him?
Let me see, let me see. Oh, read little one. Got a smile for your Uncle Gav.
Not so loud, you burp.
What? I was only... Shh.
You're scaring him.
It's all right.
Oh.
A sky of scattered tears, 1,000 years apart. Should they fade, I will not be afraid of the dark.
If you need a rest, I can take him.
I'll hold you to that.
The world's yours now. Yours to do with as you please. That's what Sid wanted. That's what they both wanted.
And thus did our journey end.
Okay. Okay. Um. Let's. What song this is? I feel like this is gonna be a DMCA. I'm not playing it. I'll play it on Spotify. Okay. So, what do I think about this? Oh, wait. Alright, now it's more regular music. Um, oh no, it's not. Is this replaying the song? Um, oh wait, no, this is the, whatever. Alright, first thing out of the way, is this a Final Fantasy game? I feel like that's the question I've been kind of looking at this whole time. You know, do I feel like this is a Final Fantasy? Yes, and still no, in my opinion. I still think it's yes and no. The world it built, even though it's very influenced with Game of Thrones stuff, definitely feels very world building Final Fantasy. The world is very Final Fantasy like. The themes are Final Fantasy like. The idea of going against God at the end is Final Fantasy like. Gameplay wise, I still feel like gameplay wise, this isn't a Final Fantasy that like I have nostalgia for. But then again, though, nostalgia is one of those things that's very negative sometimes. Just because I don't think it's a Final Fantasy doesn't mean somebody playing this first time Final Fantasy game doesn't think this is how a Final Fantasy game should be, and when they play the older ones, they're like, "What the fuck is this?" So I feel like I can't. I feel like it's a crapshoot to say yes, but no. So yeah, this is a Final Fantasy game. I feel like the story was great. The voice acting was amazing. Like holy shit. What were the other what are the other candidates for this? I want to see. All right, 2023. Is game count 2023? Ooh, this is the year Baldur's Gate was there. Oh shit! This versus Baldur's Gate. Okay, let's go to all the awards and let's talk about that. So, game of the year that year was Baldur's Gate 3, Alan Wake 2, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I feel like Nintendo once again got a pass and got Mario Bros. Wonder in there just because it was a Nintendo game. I feel like this game definitely could have been in there besides Wonder. Baldur's Gate 3 won, of course. Even Legend of Zelda, like Zelda and Mario Wonder, both as Game of the Year nominees. That's kind of stupid, in my opinion. It was not an art direction, a game direction either. Alan Wake 2 won. I love Alan Wake 2, so I can kind of see that. I'm surprised Baldur's Gate didn't win that one, though. Best Narrative, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate, Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy 16, and Spider-Man 2. Yeah, Alan Wake 2 had a really great fucking story as well. So I see that one. Best Art Direction, Alan Wake, Hi-Fi Rush, Zelda, Kingdom, Lies of P, Mario Wonder. Oh, this game didn't really get that much. Best score. Let's see. Is it? This game did win best score. So, Final Fantasy, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Hi-Fi Rush, and Tears of the Kingdom. Man, Baldur's Gate 3 got some bangers though. But this music, this was a really great score. So I definitely give them that one. I'll definitely give this then that. I played Alan Wake 2, I played Baldur's Gate 3, I played Tears of the Kingdom. The one I didn't play was Hi-Fi Rush now. But I understand that. Best audio design, Hi-Fi Rush won against Alan Wake 2, Dead Space Remake, Spider-Man 2, and Resident Evil 4. Best performance, Asterion, Baldur's Gate 3. Ooh, Asterion versus this, Ben Starr. Actually, all these are pretty fucking bangers in best performance. Neo Newborn, Asterion, Baldur's Gate 3, Idris Elba, in Cyberpunk, who was great as well. Melanie Liber of Alan Wake 2. Saga was really good too. Yuri Lowenthal, who was Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2. I think that may be the weaker one so far. And Cameron Monaghan in Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and then Ben Starr in Final Fantasy 16. Ooh, that's a tough one. A tough one. Baldur's Gate 3 was amazing. Was this better than Idris Elba? I mean, Idris Elba is just a great actor himself. So and he wasn't a main character. So I feel like that's weaker. Saga was good, but also she was a co-star. She wasn't the main star. Technically, she was the main one in the game, but you played Alan Wake a lot. Even Asterion was really not a main character, really. As a standalone performance, as a main character who's in the game 24/7, you do not get rid of this character. You do not have him sit in a camp. You are not playing as somebody else. You are not playing as another person. Just looking at Peter Parker. Well, actually, no, Peter Parker too. You play as Miles Morales. So really, the only two in this category that were like 100% in the game was the Star Wars Jedi Survivor and Ben Starr. I don't know. That's a hard one. Anything else that Final Fantasy 16 was in? This wasn't even in Best Action Adventure Game? Or Best Action Game? What? That seems really fucked, in my opinion. Holy shit. Tears of the Kingdom, Alan Wake 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Jedi Survivor. It's Best Action Adventure Game. Wow. That's kind of... Oh, did you get Dark Mode? Give me Dark Mode, please. Oh god, it's much better. Yeah, that's kind of a slap in the face in my opinion. So was it a role-playing game then? Yeah, so they had this in role-playing game, not an action adventure. They had Liza P also in role-playing game, not action or action adventure. That seems kind of weird. Liza P, yes, a role-playing game because you level up. Even this game, like, you level up, but you're only really kind of changing your gear out. I would think this is more action RPG than just role-playing game. I don't know. Like, this versus Baldur's Gate 3, Baldur's Gate 3 wins. Especially in a role-playing game. Like, holy shit. Most anticipated game, Final Fantasy Rebirth. This game in between Rebirth and Remake. Which is why I was very against it, because I was so loving Remake's combat system. To go to the single player mode was kind of weird for me. chick, just not the Game Awards everything. Yeah, so we just got a lot of... Baldur's Gate 3 was just such a fucking powerhouse. Ben Starr did get the Golden Joystick Award. So they did give Ben Starr the Joystick Award. They gave it Golden Joystick, also gave it PlayStation Game of the Year. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 was just such a powerhouse that, like, I understand why it didn't win as much as it won, but the performance was great. I'll lower this a little bit, actually. The performance was great. There was a lot of times that you could tell the actors how great they were doing, the emotions they had. It definitely had. When you play a game and you have feelings that come out, that has a great performance. And there was a couple of spots where they had definitely like that's kind of a teary-eyed moment. Not crying, but like definitely like the emotion build. I do have some gripes about it. I hate the idea that Torgal and healing were on the same button placement. Like, in a game that you're just mushing buttons together constantly, you know, if you accidentally hit this button, you're switching over and you're healing yourself when you're trying to attack a Torgal. That's one of my bigger gripes. Besides that, I really haven't had any other gripes about it. There's a lot of side quests that came up at the end. I wish there would have been a little more fast travel points. Any other thoughts about this game? I'm interested to see what Final Fantasy XVII becomes. That would be my also thought coming out of this game too, because like we're in a very weird limbo spot. That when did 15 get released? This came out 7 years after Final Fantasy 15? Holy shit. And Remake came out in 2020. So, Final Fantasy 15, then 4 years later, Remake, and then 3 years later, 16. So I feel like they've definitely been pushing out Rebirth and Revelation now. But what is the next step of Final Fantasy? That's not a remake. What is that next journey? We went from very like weird. Final Fantasy 15 was also kind of weird vibesy with the car and all that. It was very modernized with gas stations. And this one went back to Game of Thrones. You definitely tell like when they thought about this game, Game of Thrones was like the it thing back then. Like they were like, holy shit, Game of Thrones is amazing. And they took a lot of influence with Game of Thrones. But where does Final Fantasy 17 go? You know, my nostalgia is very you know, Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 10, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8 can go kiss his ass with the draw system. I never got into that. But, like, that was my big ones. Actually, technically, besides the remakes, This is the last Final Fantasy, or modern Final Fantasy I've beaten since, Final Fantasy X, right? Yeah, I didn't beat Final Fantasy X because it was horrible and it soft locked me in the beginning when I tried to play it last time. 12 I've tried multiple times. I just couldn't get into it. It just kind of lacked off. 13, I think I got like soft locked by a judge. One of the judge fights at the beginning of the game, maybe. I was under level. I just couldn't do it at the time. I didn't beat any other like Segway 13s. So technically, this is the first modern Final Fantasy I've played, or at least new story modern Final Fantasy. I beat Remake, I beat Remirth, but those are, you know, it's not the same story as Final Fantasy VII, but the nostalgia factors into that. So this is technically the first. Oh, no. I beat Final Fantasy 15, right? Whew, how far down is this? Yeah, okay. Wait, no. What is the beat the game achievement? Oh, I got 48 fucking trophies. Yeah, I think I beat the game. I didn't beat the turtle, right? Yeah. I didn't beat the giant fucking tortoise. And besides that, I didn't beat... I didn't get maximum photo. Alright, so yeah, I actually did beat Final Fantasy 15. So I resend the whole modern thing. This is much better than Final Fantasy 15. Much better. But yeah, I just... My nostalgia wants me to go to this fantasy world with this party and actually have a fun time and actually be enveloped in the story and not just be Final Fantasy 12. Because Final Fantasy 12 had party systems, but it just was boring. I think I just played too many bounty systems. Yeah, I just give me Final Fantasy 9 remake at this point. Fuck it. Just give me another remake. I'm happy with that. If they do Final Fantasy 9 like they did Final Fantasy 7, holy shit, am I eating good for dinner. But yeah, I'm happy I played this. I feel like I definitely I probably should have played this at launch. How about this? Let's check game releases around the time. What was I playing around this time when it's released? This released on June 23rd. Correct? I'm sorry, June 22nd. So June 22nd this released. I was probably playing, the last game I bought before this would have been... What would I have been playing? Gollum came up that year too. Oh, there was no really games before this that close by. This might have been one of the time. Oh, Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom came out in May. So it was right after Tears of the Kingdom. I want to say I played Tears of the Kingdom for like a whole month. Darkest Dungeon 2 came out this time as well. What a fucking shit show that was. Hogwarts Legacy came out then. Redfall, that was a joke of a game. Yeah, so I probably played Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Probably finished Tears of the Kingdom right when Final Fantasy 16 came out, and was like, you know what? I've been going hardcore on video games for the past month. I definitely burned out playing that. So I probably skipped buying a game then, and probably just played small shit. So the next game I would have played besides that. Oh, I know what happened that year. I can show you the trophy too. Because both times a Zelda game came out, a Horizon game came out. I probably played this right after Zelda. Yeah, that's what happened, I think. When I was finally done with Zelda, I played this game afterwards. As you can see the gap of time. You see a gap of time between that. This game launched and I hated it. Then I played Zelda and then I was like, what games have I not beaten that I started? Remnant 2 came out that year as well. Yeah, June 1st. I was kind of like in limbo. I didn't know what to play. I didn't want to buy Final Fantasy 16. I even played a wine game at that time. Yep, June 26th. That's what it was. So basically, instead of playing this, I was like, no, this isn't a Final Fantasy game. Boo-hoo. And I was like in a state of limbo of not knowing what to play. So I just did a bunch of PlayStation Plus games. Look, 619. This game was interesting. It's like a Souls-like game, this game. This game fucked up my save and I quit it. I mean, that's what happened. Zelda, and then I was in a state of limbo for a little while. And then Remnant 2 came out. Yeah. Looking back, I probably should have played this game back then. Definitely looking back, I was the idiot. There's been a couple of times I've been stupid and not played it. Astrobot's another one. Astrobot's a game that I skipped Astrobot to play Star Wars Outlaws, and I hated that game. I never finished it. And I was like, well, I just bought that. I don't want to buy another game after I just bought that. But yeah, I see I totally see where my video game going. I should have definitely. Remnant 2 came out July 25th, a month later. So yeah. Rank wise, it's a solid. Actually, let's see what other people say first. IGN. Let's go to classic IGN. IGN gave it a 9. Quote, IGN 9, amazing. Featuring fast, reflex-driven, action-heavy combat, Final Fantasy 16 is certainly a departure from what fans may expect out of a Final Fantasy game. But its excellent story, characters, and world building are right up there with the best the series has to offer. The innovative active time lore feature should set a new standard for how lengthy, story-heavy driven games keep players invested in the world. That's actually a perfect fucking review. For Final Fantasy, that is actually... Sorry. For IGN, that is a great review. I mean, that's exactly what I said. It's a departure from Final Fantasy games. Gameplay is kind of what? But stories, characters, world building. What does Metacritic give it? Metacritic gives it 87 and 8.4. This guy gave it 100. Level from the Czech Republic. Final Fantasy, excellent game in every way. If you're a fan of the series, for the story characters, you won't go wrong here. And if you avoided the series for, say, turn-based combat, the 16th installment offers a perfect opportunity to make a story with this legendary gaming industry. These people, Riot Pixel, gave it a 73. Solid RPG action. Some elements of the game are unusual and fresh for single-player parts of Final Fantasy series, but some are too dull and rudimentary. The icon fights did seem kind of rudimentary. I'll give them that. Akira Fanboy gave it 100. Final Fantasy 16 is an outstanding achievement. Every part of it, from its characters, its combat, was put there with a purpose. Not only does it deliver satisfying, slick action, RPG combat in between massively effective scenes, and also a story with real heart. Most importantly, it's incredibly clear the team of creative individuals were behind every decision. There's a human element that permeates every aspect of Final Fantasy 16, and it'll end up becoming one of the people's favorites because of that. Dextero gave it 100, with a cast of characters that are easy to invest in, a story that pays off the premise of its impossible scale, and one of the best action combat systems ever committed to disc. Final Fantasy 16 is a game that you owe to yourself to indulge in. That's a great review as well. But the best action combat system ever. It felt very God of War like. You know, get your abilities and then spam it. Spam R1 to dodge a bunch of stuff. So, and any other ones that like pop out of Stream Rant gave it 100. By no means perfect, but I gave it 100. Game Rant gave it 100. What are the mixed reviews? 12 I won't say the mixed ones. 134 positive, 12 mixed reviews. Let's see what the mixed people had to say. We already read Pixel Rides. New Game Network. Final Fantasy 16 continues to push the series into a new direction, while it has a well-realized setting, good character, satisfying combat, and excellent cinematic large-scale battles. Slow-paced pacing. There was a couple of slow pacing going back and forth between the fucking hideouts. That is another nitpick I had. How much walking back and forth and talking there was sometimes. lackluster RPG elements. Yeah, like I said, there wasn't really much of a level system. I had, like, there's vitality, there's defense, there's wisdom in this game. I didn't give a fuck about any of those. In bare bones optional content grind, the excitement to a halt too often. Yeah, the grind of the side quests did kind of falter a little bit. Eurogamer gave it a 60. Holy shit. Smart combat system straining under the weight of a characterful but ponderous pseudo-medieval soap opera with some of the grandest bosses and dullest side quests in Final Fantasy history. Yeah, like, hey, here's some soup. That's still pretty fucking rough. Holy shit. 60 from Eurogamer? I believe I was about to give this a, I was gonna give it like an 8.5. I think I gave Alan Wake a 9. I definitely enjoyed Alan Wake a lot. But also this is apples to oranges. If I'm looking at just Game of the Year nominees that year, I'm looking at just Game of the Year nominees. Baldur's Gate's gotta win it. Baldur's Gate's a 10. Alan Wake, Spider-Man, Resident Evil 4 Remake. I would put this in there, not Wonder, and Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom, I would give it 8. Resident Evil 9, I'd give... Sorry, Resident Evil 4, I'd give probably a 9. Alan Wake 2, I'd probably give a 9.5, personally. Spider-Man, I'd give it an 8.5. In this game, I'd probably give it between Spider-Man and Resident Evil 9. So I would give this game like a 9, 8.5, 9. Metacritic right now, it's looking at an 8.4. So around about. Yeah, this game's on PS Plus, so if you have PS Plus, this is hands down an easy one to pick to play. But yeah, special thanks to everybody. Mr. Kinsei Yoshinori, Hazama Ichiro, and all them. In memory of
Every time.
Will you light it?
Yes, Mother.
Wait, what? Oh.
Come on. If only I had the flames for an icon.
Icon? Have you been reading that silly story again? Magic belongs in fairy tales, and fairy tales don't boil kettles. You see? Well done. Now, be a good lad, and play with your brother until supper.
Come on, hurry, hurry! Right.
How long ago was this? I mean, how far in the future is this then?
Right, let's play the Saint in the Secretary. No, I don't want to be Madu. What do you want to play then? War of the Icons! Again? Well, alright. And I get to be a freak. Right, I'm the older brother. Mom, it says so.
Wait, so did Joshua live and write a book? Falling Star. Coalescing. Create a clear dagger. New Game Plus is available for Title Stream. Increase enemy strengths, increase player cap, new gear and items, and mode exclusive content. Most recommended for players who wish to test their limits. Okay, so wait, did Joshua? So he gave his life for Joshua then? Is that what we're going for? Or is Clive's story? All signs look to the point of Clive surviving and returning to Jill. He took Joshua's name and wrote to Final Fantasy. For the first time, Clive took somebody else's name. Pocket gives him a quill. Says put up the sword. You know, right to pen story. Clive's narrative story narrates the beginning and the end of the game, which is why it says, and thus our journey ends. Platinum trophies called the Chronicler, with a subtext, and thus did our journey end. Clive is right-handed, his left hand turned to stone. Meteor faded because Clive doesn't fade because Clive dies. Fades because Clive destroyed our magical world. It's also explained why Jill can't sense him anymore and assumes he's dead. There's a scene where Jill explains how when dawn breaks, she knows he'll return to her. Dawn broke, okay. Part of Clive's character arc is learning how to save himself. It's directly called out multiple times by other characters in Jill. End credit song spells out Clive returning to Jill. Oh. Quote, I was searching for something, moon gazing, frightened of the storm. When you appeared to me, I was so glad it was you. I have no doubt this flame will never go out, just like nothing ever happened. The song only plays right after Jill smiles at the sunset, probably sunrise, and fades to credit. Symbolism has always been something important in Final Fantasy storylines throughout history, and it's all deliberate. Clive is alive. Okay. Alright, I get that. It kind of makes sense. Because, like I was saying, you know, the baby was a bearer. The baby didn't turn to stone. So yeah, that makes sense. He used his magic and his hand got solid, but we really didn't see his whole body get solid. So yeah, maybe Clive survived. He took Joshua's name because he's not Sid anymore. Gav's Sid. And he just decided to write the book. Either way, fun game. I'm glad I played it. I probably should have played it 3 years ago. 3 years too late with this game. But yeah, that'll be all Final Fantasy 16. Give it an 8.5 to 9. I think this is one of the better games of 2023. It's not as great as Baldur's Gate. I can't say that. But it's definitely up there with Spider-Man, Alan Wake, Resident Evil 4 remake. But yeah, that'll be all. I'm going to use the bathroom, get back. I guess maybe we'll go back to that Elden Ring grind a little bit. Thanks so much. Let's go for a break.